Hi guys, hope you're well. I just thought I would pop up a video today to show you how I create new listings in my Etsy shop. So today I'm uploading some Christmas designs on my shop. It's the middle of October, but to be honest, I'm not really much of a Halloween person. I did get some Cricut window cling in, this is very bright orange and white. I've never used it before. I never usually buy Cricut stuff, but I thought I'd just give it a try and then I can film it too. I'll probably do some like pumpkins and maybe some ghosts, put them on the window, just because we can't have trick-or-treaters this year and it's quite sad. So I thought I'd do something just to make it fun for the kids in the neighbourhood who are walking around. Give them something fun to do on Halloween, and then I'll obviously have a pumpkin and got a sweet bowl I'm going to decorate just for us. Maybe we'll sit and watch a scary film even though I hate them, but yeah, do something for it. But to be honest, I'm not really a Halloween person, so it's not breaking my heart that we're not going to go all out this year. Instead, I'm so focused on Christmas, and I think everyone's going to be going not over the top, but like really appreciating Christmas after the year 2020 has been particular. So yeah, that's why I've been adding Christmas designs to my Etsy shop, which is usually mostly wedding stuff, but I do love Christmas, so this time of year I'll always add a few Christmas things. So yeah, I thought I would just walk you through how I add a new listing, as well as how I add designs to a mock-up as well. I'm not going to make anything take a photo today. I just can't be bothered really. I might do it. I'll probably do it sometime soon. Once I get my Christmas decorations out, probably won't be long, let's be honest. I'll do more of a setup with a picture and then show you guys how I do that as well with like a real life product. But today I thought I would just do a mock-up design, upload that, and it'll be more about what description I do, title, tags, stuff like that. The basics basically of adding an Etsy listing. So let's get going. So first thing I did was created all of the files I'm going to be using for this design. I like to keep all of them in the same place on the same document. That way, as soon as someone buys one, I can just pull that open, change the name, and then either move it across to another document and merge it with other designs, and then I cut them all at the same time, or just kind of send it straight to Design Space and cut from there. I had already took a picture of a blank crate. This is for sale in my Etsy shop, by the way, if you're looking for blank mock-ups. I'll probably, when it comes closer to Christmas and I've got some more kind of Christmas props, I might take a picture again with a bit more interesting stuff around it. At the moment, I just wanted to use a blank one to see how much interest I get in the design, see if customers like it. If it goes really well, maybe I'll just leave it as it is. If it's not getting that many sales or that many views, people aren't really clicking on it, then I probably know I need to make a bit more of an interesting photo. But for now, I thought I would just kind of gauge some interest and just use this blank crate as an example. So I've just copied all of my design elements on top of the mock-up picture. Usually if you buy a mock-up, you usually get a PSD file or a JPEG, so you don't have to use Photoshop for this. You could use the JPEG and use it in another program and just add your designs on top of it. It's usually pretty easy. Then just resize them to the sizes you want them to be. I'm not going to worry too much about sizes yet. I'll do that in my listing, and then I'll go back once I know what size they're going to be for the customers. Then I'll go back into this blank document, make them the sizes that I've said they're going to be, if that makes sense. So if I put in the listing, it's going to be, the Christmas Eve is going to be 8 inches by 2 or whatever, then I'll resize that and save it so that they're the exact right size when I come to make them for the customer. Hopefully that'll make more sense as we go on, as I get into Etsy and start adding descriptions. Blacks are not it stands out well on the crate, but it's not particularly a Christmassy colour, so I think I'll change those. Oh, that one's already got an overlay on it. So yeah, if you're in Photoshop and you want to change the colours, I'll try and get it as close to the red vinyl that I have in stock at the moment. You go on layer style, and then colour overlay, and that's if it's a smart object, that's the way to do it. Or you can, if it's text file, you could just change that as well. I actually think the red I've got vinyl is a bit darker than that, so I'll try and get it as realistic as possible, because if you put it one colour but the vinyl you're selling is completely different, then customers are probably going to complain about that. I think most people buying assume that this is a real box, you've made it and took a photo of it, rather than it's a mock-up. So I'm only going to do one colour for this. I'll only do it in red, and I'll only offer one colour because I just find that it takes too much time to move between colours. I mean, you can cut different colours at the same time by putting 2 colours on your mat at once, but that's just a bit too much of a faff for me. It's not really worth it. It takes too long for the amount of money you can make on this size of decal. So yeah, it's going to be one colour only. But I think the red looks quite good on that, so I'll leave it as that. So I'd usually add a watermark on the photo somewhere as well, and then just save as a JPEG in order to upload to Etsy. So, change of clothes. I did it yesterday. I uploaded it into my actual vinyl business Etsy, and then I watched it back and I realised I'd forgot a load of stuff and there was a ton of noise in the background. So I'm going to redo it for you again today because I love you all, and I'm going to make sure, I'm going to try and remember everything rather than missing things out. It's because I do it on such autopilot, I don't even think about adding listings now. They're just kind of, I just copy and paste everything in. It just, yeah, just second nature to me. So explaining it step by step is quite hard, but I'll try again. So yeah, add a new listing on Etsy and then drag the photo you're going to be using in there. Make sure it is zoomed right in so that customers can see it when they're scrolling past. It is good to have like a clear background on it so that you can see, but with this kind of light crate it might have been better to have like a darker background or a bit of a pattern so it stood out more. But I think because I'm just focusing on the red wording, I don't think it's too much of an issue. Then for the other photos you can do different angles, but I also usually do an instructions picture just to give people a step-by-step of how to order the product and just to kind of drive home that it is just a decal. And then if I give the customer a choice of fonts, I'll also do a picture here with the different fonts they can choose and the names of those. Or you just put a number beside them and say which number font would you like. So yeah, just to show you how to do Canva posts, I might not do it right now, but pictures should be 2000 by 2000 pixels at least on Etsy to make them look clear. You just go on Canva, create a design that size, and then you can add headings. So I've already got one of these saved that I've got a few different versions that I can just add to my Etsy listing, so I'm not going to make one up. But yeah, it's really straightforward on Canva, free program. You can make it look really pretty. In order to have it, get it free, just choose the fonts that don't have the little crowns on them. There's some quite nice script ones. Ugh, I can't say anything today. That's not great. But you get the idea. We could do it. Use one of those and then add like different elements to it and add like a nice background. They've got like marble and stuff like that. So yeah, that's just, and then once you've saved it, you can use it on all of your listings. You don't have to keep doing them. So yeah, I just usually add that there, and then as I said, the fonts one, and then if I've got different angles, I'll add that on there. Sometimes I'll do pictures of just the decals by themselves, not applied to anything, but because I haven't actually cut these yet, I can't do that yet, but maybe I'll add those down the line once I make a few. So the next section is video. This is still getting tested at the moment, but I think they are saying that customers are reacting to it well, so it seems as if Etsy are going to keep it around and they're really pushing it at the moment. So if you can get like a 5 to 15 second video of you just applying the transfer tape or peeling off the decal, or some kind of video that shows what it is and how easy it is to stick down, then that is probably going to help you if Etsy are going to be focusing on pushing sellers who have these type of videos. So that's a good thing to think about. I don't have one of those yet, so I'll not add it in. For the title, I always just try and think of what people are going to be searching for if they're looking for this type of thing. So one of the best ways to do it is to go to the Etsy search and look for, so for this I would look for Christmas Eve crate and see what people are looking for. So Christmas Eve crate sticker, so people are looking for them. So yeah, the first thing I always make sure is that I get decal sticker in the beginning, so that it's obvious what it is, purely because if you kind of do a search, yeah, it's only usually the first kind of 3-4 words that come up. So you don't want anyone to think that it actually is a box. So yeah, that's why I always put that at the beginning. Then decal sticker for Christmas Eve box, Xmas crate, DIY festive gift box. So I've got as many keywords in there as I can, just thinking about what people are going to be searching for when they're looking for this type of thing. Then going on to the next bit, I made it. For this bit, I always put finished product, and it's made to order as it's custom. For this, I'm not really sure what it would be under. Christmas Eve sticker. Yeah, I think the most appropriate one is in craft supplies and tools, label stickers and tags. Although this annoys me, you have to tick one of these. I guess it's under kids crafts because they're usually for kids as kids Christmases. So I'll leave it as that. So I'm just going to leave all of these sections blank, but if you can fill them in, I think it is always better to do so, and then you might show up a little bit better in searches. Theme is winter. Just going to leave occasion, but put Christmas and celebration. For renewal options, if you're not sure if something will sell, it might be better to put it on manual, and then in 4 months' time you can reassess it, decide whether you do want to renew it. But I'm just going to I leave all my Christmas ones on automatic because in 4 months' time I'm going to be unlisting them anyway, and then they don't renew when they're unlisted. So that's fine, and then I'll just renew them again next year. It's a physical item. And then all of this wording I've copied and pasted from another listing on my shop because I can't make it up off the top of my head. This has took a while for me to kind of get a format that I like and make sure I've got everything included. Yeah, so again, as I said, always make sure that customers are aware that it's decal only. There's not really a gift box. This is no wooden crate included. And then I do a little bit of a blurb just to kind of give customers an idea of what they can make with my decals. Again, just trying to get keywords and what people are searching for into my description as well, so that it comes up in search. And then I just add a little bit about what's included with the order. So they include a vinyl sticker plus transfer tape. Actually, transfer tape, I don't know how to put that. Plus transfer tape for application, and that it'll come in sections. I add a little link. I put all of these in a Christmas section, so then I'll add a link to all of the other designs I've got in that section here if customers want other bits and pieces, and then a little bit about doing custom quote and request. So for the sizes, oh actually I forgot, I'm going to add a link to get the box that I used, and then link to the IKEA one as well, because that's what I think most people are probably going to look for, these type of boxes, and it saves me answering that question every time. If someone's like, where did you get that crate from, or what kind of crates can these stickers go on, rather than I can just point them to the description rather than having to send them the links every time. So that's always really helpful. And then to figure out the sizes, I obviously want it to look as close as possible to the picture I've done. So if I measure this crate, I've done it so there's not a lot of room on either side, and then so the slats on this crate are about 2 inches high. So as long as everything in the design is not over 2 inches, so I'll just size each of these so that they're just under 2 inches high, and then I can put the size of each one on to the Etsy listing. So just below 2, and then it's kind of, I'd say about 6 inches wide. So you can add the sizes for each individual piece if you're doing a decal like this where there's little individual bits. A lot of my decals though, I'll just give like a width and a height, and that's it, and then the whole design will come as that width and height to make it easier. But for things like this where I feel like people are going to be getting different size crates, I'm going to be a bit more specific. Then again, it saves people asking me loads of questions. I can just point them to the description. They'll probably still ask me questions, but if I've already got all of the details there, then it's easier for me to refer to as well. So I'll add those in. Once those are done, just add a note about colours. I just do a drop down menu for people to choose their colours. Fonts for this one, I'm going to keep all fonts the same to keep it easy for myself, but if someone specifically wants another style, then they can get in touch and I can see if I've got it. Just a note about instructions as well. I send everyone a video and written instructions on how to apply their vinyl, and then just add a little bit of a note about how long it can take to be made, and then what delivery time is on top of that as well. So this is my Vinyl Decal School Etsy, so it won't be actually getting added, but yeah, I'll just add the section in here usually. For tags, I tend to look at what people have been searching for first, add different variations of those in, and then just add some more kind of general Christmas decal tags as well. You do have to be careful that you can only do up to a certain amount of letters, so you have to just try and, these are obviously really long, they won't fit in. Just have to kind of shorten them a little bit. And then add the materials as well. And then always put the quantity at $9.99 and leave the price because I'm going to add variations of colour. So the prices vary because a couple of my vinyls are a little bit more expensive. I'll add that in after. You don't have to do a huge range here, but I tend to just add all of the colours I've got in stock. And if you want to add your own colours, create a new option. And then I might end up doing a larger version of this too, just because there is a bigger IKEA box, and I'm wondering if people might end up wanting... Oh, I can't find it. Where is it? Well, anyway, there is a bigger... Is that it? Oh yeah, with 3 slats rather than 2. I'm wondering if people might end up buying those instead of the smaller ones, but I think I'll just do the small one for now. I'll see how it goes. But if I want to add a bigger option, then I'll probably create a new variation, and then I'll do a small one and a large one, and then I'll put the variation in size in the description. But for now, I'm just going to do this one, just save those, and then go through and add a price. I'm not going to add prices in here because it's such a personal thing. There's formulas and stuff online, but they've never really worked for me. I think it's really dependent on how long it takes you, how much you're buying your vinyl for, what you're having to charge for postage, that kind of thing is how you figure out your price. It's a lot of trial and error, looking at other people, what they're selling it for. I'm just going to leave the price for now. I'm not going to put that in. Oh, there is also an option here to, if you've got different colours, if you want to add different photos of the different colours, you can link the photos to the specific colour, if that makes sense. So I would link the red to that. That's helpful if you've got a few different pictures. And then personalisation, I definitely want to put this on. Before they added this, I think Etsy only added this section in maybe last year or the beginning of this year. I think it was last year. But before that, it was such a nightmare because I would specifically ask people to add names and dates in the notes section on checkout of what they needed, but so many people didn't do it. So I messaged them to chase to know what their information was. Some people wouldn't get back, and it was just so much extra added time. But now you can make sure people add their personalised information, and they have to do it before they're allowed to order, so it's really good. So just specify what you want them to add in this instruction section. And then the delivery section, my processing time is 3 to 5 business days at the moment. It does sometimes go up in the really busy periods. Sometimes it can be 1 to 2 weeks, but I found that when I bring it down to 3 to 5 business days, I think I do get a bit more sales. A lot of customers don't mind though. They realise these things are handmade, and if you think it's going to take you 6 days, it's definitely better to put 1 to 2 weeks. And kind of overestimate how long it's going to take than underestimate and then have unhappy customers because they thought it was going to be 5 days. So yeah, always, under promise and over deliver. Maybe that's a saying, something along those lines anyway. Hopefully you know what I mean. Yeah, so add the processing time, and then for each of these, I usually need to add different, so the US is a different one, and then the EU has different postage prices as well. If you can, go to depending on who you're going to send to, you should be able to get a list of costs and try and figure out what the price is to send to all of these places. I've got fixed prices for all of them, but I can't think of what they are off the top of my head. I would have to copy them in. So I'm just going to leave those as well for now, but make sure you are selecting what they're going to get sent by as well. So I send all of mine first class and international standard. So it's important to add a little bit more in for the additional item as well. If one customer orders 10 things and the postage all combines and they're only paying like a couple of pounds or a couple of dollars, you might get charged extra because it's a lot heavier than one item. So I just usually add like a couple of pence or a few extra cents or whatever on that additional item thing, and then it usually adds up so that it pushes it over into the next kind of weight bracket if I have to pay more, and that covers that. You can also add delivery upgrades if you want to give the option to send something special delivery or tracked or whatever. That is all, I believe. Yeah, so just publish that. Make sure everything is correct. You've got your prices in. And then sometimes it does just take a little bit of tweaking. If people are asking the same question over and over again, add a little bit of wording in the description just to answer that question, or add it into your FAQ section. Look at other people's costs. If you're overpricing yourself or underpricing yourself, or if they're taking a long time to make and you think, oh, I'm not making much money on these, put your costs up a bit. Sometimes it does just take a little bit of tweaking. Hope you found that useful. If I've missed anything or if you've got any questions, just let me know in the comments. Please also like, subscribe and follow my channel and videos so you don't miss out on any more videos like this. And I've also got an email list if you want to sign up to that. I'm going to be sharing more tips and tricks and links to deals for designs, things like that. So I would love to see you there. I'll drop a link to that in the description. But until next time, stay well and see you soon.